What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be reviewing Red Matter 2 on PSVR2. Let's jump right into it. So I previously reviewed the first Red Matter game remastered on PSVR2, and this game, Red Matter 2, is a direct sequel to the first title. I reviewed the first game a mediocre score at 6 out of 10, but I'm pleased to say that the sequel here has resolved all of my previous issues, and I was blown away by just how much has improved in this follow-up game. Now, one of my main complaints before about the first game was a painfully slow movement speed, and this has now been resolved as developer Vertical Robot has added in a sprint button. The first game also had a really short playtime of around 1 to 2 hours, whereas this sequel clocks in at around 6 hours. The main mechanics of the game have largely been kept the same. It's still a puzzle game set in space, but this time around there are various shooting gallery sequences which look and feel awesome with the new weapon we're given too. The puzzles are much better and have you thinking smarter compared to the last game, and you're given new tools to help you on your journey, such as a flashlight, flares and a gun. As it's a direct sequel though, it follows on from the story of the previous game with the same characters and setting, so I'd highly recommend that you play that one first. Oh, and you'll be pleased to know they scrapped the terrible point and teleport idea from the first game and replaced it with an all new jetpack booster option, so you can make long distance jumps whenever you want. The options are there to turn all the comfort, motion, sickness settings off. That's a huge thing for me, as I hate it when the black blinders pop up on the screen when turning in VR games. However, one thing that was mildly annoying is when you get too close to something, the blinders pop up to let you know you can't go any further and you lose all of your vision until you turn it back off. Now, I really could have done without that, as it interrupted my video recording several times when trying to get close to a window to show you guys the outdoor scenery, but I won't let that affect my overall score for something so minor. Moving on to graphics, this is the main selling point and big wow factor for the game. Absolutely everything in this game looks stunning. Now, it does take you through all sorts of insane environments, different planets, and it's really impressive to sit back and realise just how tiny and small your character is when you're standing on Neptune's moon looking up at the ginormous blue marble. It's so hard to describe to someone not wearing the headset, but the scale of everything here is huge. There's something really graceful about being able to stop and take as long as you want to enjoy staring out into space and admiring Saturn's rings. Then there are the Stranger Things looking areas of the game, which look like you're about to venture into the upside down world, and they've been imagined here as wet and damp passageways and crazy voids that you can lose yourself in. But it's not just that. Every other item in the game has been thoroughly textured and rendered to be crystal clear through the headset, and as far as I can tell, it's running at full 4K and around 90 to 120 frames per second. But of course you won't be able to see that through the social screen YouTube output, as it's capped at 1080p 60 frames a second. But it's a major win for the game here. Even the gun has been highly detailed to show that when you're letting it cool off and recharge, you can actually see the vents of steam blowing out the side holes of the gun. And then when you plug your multi-tool into a terminal to hack the system, you get a really cool looking sphere that pops right up in your face, and you have to move your controllers into the right place to secure the hack. And the highly saturated colour scheme retro vibe of the hack, mixed with the ultra realistic planetary setting, is such a great idea, and the whole experience had me in awe of how well it worked. Even the cutscene type of events have been blended into the game, so there's no loading screens. So whilst this crazy Terminator 2 style liquid metal was floating all over the place, I could freely move around it, all at the same time as being so impressed by whatever the hell was going on. Now, normally I would talk about the pricing here, but as I said in my previous video for Red Matter 1 Remaster, there is a single listing for this game, but also a combo listing that includes Red Matter and Red Matter 2, and I would recommend the same before, and that's that you forget about the listing for the single games and only focus on the combo pack for the games, as that one goes on sale more often, and it's far better value for money to get both games bundled in. The combo pack in the US is listed at $29.99 and it's listed in the UK at $32.99. So at this point in the review, it's no secret that I feel this is a major improvement over the first title. Headset haptics are more prominent, the graphics and environments are far superior, and the game running time is 3 times longer, and you can now sprint and jetpack. So naturally, this is going to be a positive score. But as well as the graphics, the story is also told in a far better way than the first game, giving you far more visual identifiers as to what's going on. Yes, that annoying robot is back that prints out cards for you to read, but there's far more NPC contact compared to the first game. So this time round they appear in the form of video diaries or a visual feed, giving a far more human feel to the story, so you don't really feel so alone. And what's so important to remember is that the development studio Vertical Robot is made of a core team of only 2 people, and for this game Red Matter 2 they had to increase their studio size to 6 devs, and 2 of those people were only working part-time. Now if you consider the fact for a moment that this game has better features and graphics than some AAA games released in 2024 with 100 developers in a team, then yeah, Vertical Robot and their game Red Matter 2 deserves every bit of praise that it can get. And that leaves me to give this game a 10 out of 10. Thanks for watching guys, make sure to check out my other PSVR2 video reviews on the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.